Hey everyone, Dennis here from Workshops for Retirement, and I have one big question for you. Are you making the most out of your retirement contributions? If you're like most people, you might be leaving a lot of tax advantages and even some free money on the table. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through 4 powerful rules that can supercharge your retirement savings. And some of these are brand new. Others have been around for a while, but they're often overlooked. So let's dive in. Rule number 1, take advantage of the new supercharged catch-up contributions that are allowable. If you're over 50, you probably know about catch-up contributions. That's the extra amount of money that you can contribute to your 401k or your 403b beyond the standard limit. But starting in 2025, a new supercharged catch-up contribution is available for those aged 60 through 63. And here's how that works. If you're under 60, the current limit is $7,500 catch-up, and that's what applies. But once you turn 60 through 63, you can contribute an extra $3,750, raising your total catch-up contribution to $11,250. That's pretty good. Now, after age 65, or 64 rather, after age 64, that limit drops back down to the standard catch-up level. This means that in that sweet spot from 60 to 63, you have a unique opportunity to sock away even more tax-advantaged money before retirement. Let's get into rule number 2. You have the ability to convert leftover 529 funds into a Roth IRA. Now, the 529 fund, that's the education fund that very often people have set up for their children, for their college funds. Have you been saving in a 529 plan for your child's education and then only to realize that you've oversaved? It's a great problem to have, right? But if you've done that now, until recently, if you had leftover funds, your only options were to transfer them to another family member or withdraw the money and pay a 10% penalty plus taxes. But starting in 2024, you can now roll over those unused 529 funds into a Roth IRA for the same beneficiary. Now, this is a game changer for families who have extra education savings but want to give their child a head start on retirement. Well, here's what you need to know. The 529 person, the recipient, the beneficiary, must be at least 15 years old to qualify. The rollover is limited to the annual Roth IRA contribution limits, which is right now about $7,000 for people under 50 years old. The lifetime maximum rollover is $35,000. And finally, the beneficiary must have earned income to make the transfer. With all that considered, this is a great way to turn that excess education savings into retirement savings without penalties, which allows it to grow tax-free, right? Because it's in that Roth IRA. So rule number 3, Roth contributions are now available for simple and SEP IRAs. If you're self-employed or perhaps you work for a small business, you might have a simple IRA or a SEP IRA. Both are excellent tax-deferred retirement savings tools, but until recently, you were not able to make Roth contributions to these accounts. Well, that's changed. Since 2023, you can now choose to make Roth contributions to your simple or SEP IRA, just like you used to be able to do with the 401k. Now, this is a big deal, because it gives the small business person, the small business owners and their employees more control over their tax situation. And here's why this is important. Traditional contributions lower your taxable income now, but you pay tax later in retirement. Roth contributions don't give you that immediate tax break, but your withdrawals in retirement are 100% tax-free. Now, if you expect to be in a higher tax bracket in the future, taking advantage of the Roth Simple or SEP IRA contributions now could save you thousands in taxes later on. And here's the fourth rule we're going to go over today, and that's about maximizing your HSA, your health savings account contributions, the right way. Now, we have an entire video dedicated to your HSA. If you haven't seen that, check that out here. But here's the quick summary. A health savings account is just for medical, or isn't just for medical expenses. It's actually one of the most powerful retirement accounts out there. And here's why. Because it is triple tax advantage. That means contributions are tax deductible, the growth is tax-free, and withdrawals for qualified medical expenses are also tax-free. But here's the catch. Many people do not maximize their HSA contributions correctly. So how do you supercharge those contributions? How do you take advantage of that? Well, there are catch-up contributions. If you're 55 years or older and you have an HSA, you can contribute an extra $1,000 a year using a spousal HSA trick. Now, if you and your spouse share an HSA, you only get one catch-up contribution to add to that. But if you each open your own HSA, you can both get an extra $1,000 increase to your total. Well, that's going to change your total contribution limit to $10,550 instead of $9,550, an extra $1,000. That's a big tax savings there. Invest your HSA instead of keeping it in cash. There's the other trick for people to do. Many people have their HSA, but then they keep it in cash. Well, cash gets outpaced by inflation. Many people treat their HSA like it's a checking account where they have the expense and they take the money out. But investing those funds can instead lead to long-term, and here's my favorite part, tax-free growth. Using those strategies can turn your HSA into a tax-free medical retirement fund, helping you save thousands in healthcare costs and in retirement. Now, by making just a few simple adjustments to how you contribute to your retirement accounts, you can turbocharge those savings and take full advantage of tax-advantaged growth. If you loved any of these strategies and you'd like to hear more, be sure to subscribe to the channel, maybe like this one. And if you'd like more information or you'd like to connect with one of our advisors, reach out to us at Workshops for Retirement. The link is down below as well. We would love to have a conversation with you. And we also have workshops probably in a city near you, so you can check it out and come and see us live. Until I talk to you next time, this is Dennis Cummins for Workshops for Retirement saying, stay well, and in retirement, stay wealthy.